Hola peeps, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having an amazing day, an amazing week, and you are all staying nice and cool. Today we are going to be doing a coffee chop and chat. I haven't done one of these in a while, and there are quite a few things that I need to chop for this melt-in basket that I'm doing for the month of August. If you don't know, my melt-in basket theme for the month of August is all things carnival, circus, boardwalk, beach, things like that. I normally do this theme melt-in basket in the month of September, but I got things going on and September is not going to be good for me to do it, so I decided to just go ahead and do it in August so this way I can enjoy my melting basket. This is one of my absolute favorite themed melting baskets to pull for because I love all things circus concession, beach nights, donuts, goodness, anything you could think of that has to do with carnival, circus, boardwalk, beachy type of theme. So I didn't know, oops, sorry I hit you guys. I didn't know what to ask. So I just went ahead and I Googled like some questions so we have something to talk about while we're doing this chop and chat. Also, you guys do know that I do microwave whatever waxes that need to be microwaved. So you will be hearing the microwave. I'm right next to it. You will be hearing it going on and off. I do apologize ahead of time, but I am very anal when it comes to what my waxes look like when I chop them. I like for them to be crisp and clean and nice. So I go ahead and I nuke the ones that are harder waxes, and this way they can look nice. I know, but that's just me. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I do have this basket, but I also have another basket. I don't know if we're gonna get to that basket. That basket has a little bit more, but we're just gonna start off with this one and see what we can do. I'm gonna chop as long as I can because you know I've been having issues with my iPad saying I don't have storage. So I am looking into getting a camera so I can solely just do my YouTube videos with the camera. So we're gonna go ahead and get to chopping. So the first thing we're gonna chop, because it doesn't need to be nuke. Well, no, this one I do nuke. This is from Salt Mountain Melts, and this is Boardwalk Sorbet, which is watermelon, sorbet, strawberry, and salty sea air. I do also label, I told you guys, it's a whole process when I pull for my melting basket. Not only do I pull, but I also go ahead and label it, and I have it all situated in another basket. We're gonna do like 15 and 15. So I line them up as far as the day that I want to melt it, blase blase. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let me ask the first question. There's gonna be, I'm gonna turn it over. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do 15 and 10 and see how that works. The first question is, if you could have dinner with one person, living or dead, who would it be? So, a bunch of you already know my mom is no longer here with me, so, and I miss my mom so much. I hope you guys can see. So it would, oh, that was good. It would have to be my mom, definitely. And I recently lost my nephew as well on May 30th. So it's gonna have to be him as well. I miss him so much. So it would be those two people, my mom and my nephew. I really hope you guys can see me cutting. I basically, these tubs, I don't follow the lines that are on the bottom of the tub like a lot of people do. I just go ahead and cut and make as many cuts as I feel I would need to go ahead and fill the palace how I like it to perform and throw. Salt Mountain Melts has always performed very well for me no matter where I live. Okay, come on, stay there. These nails are getting in the way. Okay, you gotta go back in there like so. All right. So this smells delicious. I'm getting the salty sea air and I'm getting that watermelon. Does this have cake? I'm getting some kind of cakey vibe as well. Okay, I needed to grab some paper towels and I did not. All right, let's see what we're doing here. All right, we'll cut one more through here and then I think we're done as far as this. So, and then I'll just put it back in the tub. But since I nuked this, I am not going to put it back in the tub right now. I'm going to put it off to the side so it can cool down before I put it back into the tub. And that was a Boardwalk Sorbet from Salt Mountain Melts. All right, I need to grab me some paper towel too because I forgot to grab that. Yeah, I know, even with gloves on, I just don't like the wax to be on me. And then I'm constantly cleaning my cutters because that's just me. Okay. All right. Next question is thoughts on scary movies. The next loaf. Now my gloves, they get all like greasy from the wax and then I have a hard time opening these bags. Okay. The next loaf is from Knowles Farm Scents in Seaside Sugar Festival, which is strawberry pound cake, sugar cookie royale, toasted mallow, and salty sea air. I can smell this already and it smells absolutely delicious. My thoughts on scary movies. I love scary movies. I love all things horror. I'm going to nuke this as well. This one I'm going to do, we'll do 15 and 15 on this one. Yes, I love all things scary, horror. I am that girl. Not a lot of people like horror movies, so I don't really have like a horror movie buddy. It's besides my daughter. My daughter, I'm going to flip it now. And do another 15 on the bottom. So my horror movie buddy used to be my mom. She loved horror movies. That's where I get it from. So we used to always watch over the weekend horror movies, like, and my daughter used to watch them with us, but she always would get scared at nighttime. So after a horror movie, she would have to watch something funny or something else to distract her, because then she wouldn't be able to go to sleep. And she's still the same way. She's still the same way at her big age. She'll watch it with me, but she has to find something to watch after the movie. So then this way she doesn't have any trouble sleeping. But definitely horror all the way for me. Next question is, do you like going to the movies or would you rather wait until it's available on a streaming service? I like going to the movies. I've always liked going to the movies. Oh, this is still hard. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put this back in because it's still a tad bit hard. So we're going to put it back in and I'm going to do maybe another 15 seconds. I always like going to the movies, but I also don't mind waiting to watch it, you know, when it comes out, like on a streaming service. But it's either or for me. Okay. Next question. Would you prefer to go camping or chill at a resort? Chill at a resort, hands down. I don't do camping. I don't do camping. I don't do buggies. I don't do bears and no, I'm not doing that. You won't catch me pitching a tent and laying outside. It's not. I'm not doing that. So I'll go glamping, but I'm not. I'm not. No, I am not going camping. Can't do it. I can't. And I've always been like that. I just, again, I don't like bugs, and nothing's gonna be creeping up on me while I'm trying to sleep. No, thank you. So it is what it is. I'm gonna leave like that, and then I'm just gonna cut it up. Because I have all different kind of plate warmers. Some are big, some small. So I do tend to leave some pieces a bit bigger than others. So yeah, I'm not doing no camping. That's just not for me. I hope you guys can see. And then this one I left like this piece, this size piece, and then I'm just gonna cut it in half. Yeah, can't do it. Never been camping for that reason, because I just can't. But like I said, I will go glamping and I'll stay in a cabin. But even so, staying in the cabin, I get freaked out. Like, what if somebody gonna try to come in the middle of the night? I'd be scary like that. Like, what if somebody's gonna come in the middle of the night and try to kill me or something? So that's what goes on in this lovely mind of mine. So yeah, how many of you like camping? I can't see myself. We did it one time. I was younger with my parents, and I hated it. It was the worst time of my life because I hated it so bad. There was so many buggies. I just was not a happy camper. No, ma'am. Oh, that one broke. Okay. This smells so good. So good. Okay. I'm going to try to do some kind of surgery. I think she need a BBL. So we gonna doctor her up. All right. Let's see. Next question. When you vacation, do you prefer a relaxed vibe or something adventurous or touristy? I like both. I like both. It depends. Like, if I'm just like, oh my God, I need to get away because I need to like de-stress and stuff like that with stuff going on in my life, then I just want a relaxed, chill type of vibe. Like, staying in the room and, you know, either ordering room service or going to get something to eat, bringing it back to the room. It just all depends on my mood and what this vacation getaway is all about. If it's something that going on vacation with my family and stuff like that, then yes, we're going to do, excuse me, we're going to do stuff that the tourists do. And I'm going to enjoy it. So again, it's just depending. I keep moving this thing around because I want to make sure you guys can see. It just all depends on, oh, these broke too, darn it. Depending on the mood of the vacation. So I know going, excuse me, going in, if it's just, I'm booking something because I need a getaway and I just need to decompress, then it's just going to be a chill, relaxed type of getaway. That's it, and that's all. All right, next question. What's your ideal way to spend your birthday? Now, go out to eat, you know, with family and just enjoy each other's company. That's pretty much it. I don't need any parties. I don't need all that. Like, just being with good company and enjoying each other. And I'm good with that. Okay. Making a mess. I probably should have cut this on one of my bigger. I thought this was going to fit perfect. Well, it probably does. It's just me. I'm just trying to make sure you guys can see, because then what the heck is the point of a chop and chat? Like, this piece I'm going to leave like this. I know it's a bigger piece, but because I do have different size dishes, we're gonna leave that like that. And now again, because I nuked it, I am gonna put it to the side so it can cool down before putting it back in the bag. And y'all don't want to see me putting it back in the bag because I gotta situate it. It's my OCD. I gotta situate it properly before just throwing it in the bag. All right. Next question. Where is your happy place? The next one is a huge favorite of mine. This is Seaside Treats by Southbound, which is marshmallow frosted graham crackers and salty sea air with a touch of cotton candy. I love this scent. There's only like 2 pieces in here, I think. 2 big pieces that I need to chop. So I'm just going to chop that really quickly. Maybe just 1 piece. All right. Yeah, maybe just 1. But it's all like different kinds of shapes in here. These I'm not going to cut down right now because, again, I know I sound like a broken record. I could stick like one of these in my wider dishes as a whole. So I'm not going to break it down and cut it, you know, until the day that I'm going to melt it and see, decipher like which warmer I'm going to put it in. Because I'm not going to nuke this because it's just that 1 piece. So I'm just going to cut this right quick. And so it's probably going to be loud because it's going to be a harder piece to cut. But yeah. So, okay. No, I should have changed this out. But real quick. 1, 2, 3 and go. So my happy place. I don't know. Do I want to cut this? Well, too late now. All right. I cut it into 6 pieces. My ideal happy place is being at home. Being at home. That's it. I am, now that I am older, I am a homebody. I like to be at home. When I was younger, of course, I used to love to run the streets, but now that I'm older, I like to stay home. Next one is from Second and Spruce and Carnival Creamery, which is berry waffle cone, summer scoop, strawberry pound cake, juicy peach, vanilla ice cream, and birthday cake. So I do not nuke Second and Spruce because their wax is softer. So I don't need to nuke it. So look how pretty. Oh, this smells delicious. All right. I got wax everywhere. Next question. What is your biggest pet peeve? So, one of my biggest pet peeves, and I was just talking about this morning with my niece. I despise when people are texting you and they don't just write everything that they need to tell you in just one like message. They want to break it down to like, hello, send. How are you? Send. What are you doing? Send. And then my phone is just dinging and dinging and dinging. And that drives me nuts. Like, I always write everything I need to get out and I send it in one message because I despise when people don't do that. Like, have some kind of consideration. Like, you got my phone just dinging and dinging and dinging. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm at home, it don't matter. It's just dinging and dinging. Like, that drives me bananas. Like, just Write everything you need to say in one message and then send it. There's no need to send me 42 messages to just tell me how your day is going. Like, that is a huge pet peeve of mine. Like, I cannot stand that. So normally, I could leave these pieces like this. Do I want to leave them? I don't know. I don't know if I want to cut. I'm gonna try something new this time, and I'm just gonna cut it down the middle. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work in my house, and I don't know. I am gonna put this one back into the tin because since the wax is very soft, it does smudges and it's gonna smudge the bag. Oh, get back here. So I'm just gonna stick this all back into this tin like that, like so. There we go. And put it back in the bag like that. Even though the bag is a bit smudgy, it's not too bad. All right, and that was Carnival Creamery. Yeah, so that's one of my biggest pet peeve, is when people can't just send one message. That drives me bananas. Can I think of any others off the top of my head right now? Despite really despising liars, I hate when a person like will lie to you and then they lie to you in your damn face and you know they lying, or you then find out the truth and you're like, seriously? Like, and it'd be for something so small, stupid. Like, why did you feel the need to have to lie about that? I don't get it, but whatever. That's just people for you. The next one is a custom mini loaf from Dessa's and Circus Concession, which is funnel cake, caramelized apple, cotton candy, and hints of bonfire. Love this one. Now, I do have to nuke this one. So again, I apologize ahead of time for having to hear the microwave. Look how pretty this pink is. Love it. I can smell it. It's so good. Let's see how long we're going to do this. I'll be scared it's going to melt too, because then I get upset. I'm going to start off with 10 seconds on one side. All right. Are you a better talker or listener? I like to say I'm both. Like, all right, I did 10. I'm going to do another 10 on the other side. I flipped it. But I like to say that I'm both. I'm a talker, as you can see. I can get very chatty depending the scenario I'm in, who's around me, you know, or, you know, just whatever. But I also am a very good listener. Like, I do listen, and I listen fully until the person is done. I also despise, that's going back to a pet peeve of mine, when you're having a conversation with someone and they don't let you finish saying what you need to say and they're just jumping right in. That, I despise that more than anything. Like, I sit there and I listen to your whole story. Why can't you give me the same grace that I'm giving you? Like, listen to my story before you just start interrupting me and jumping in. Like, oh, so this was good, 10 and 10. Yeah, they just interrupt you and just say what they need to say. They don't allow nobody else to talk. They just want to be heard. And then they're raising their voice because they want to make sure that you stop dead sentence in what you're saying to hear what the hell they have to say. So yeah, that's a big pet peeve of mine too. This, I'm going to probably leave, I'm going to leave them like this size. And then when it's time for me to go melt it, if I need to cut them down, then I will. But I normally will like use that size in my warmers. So we're gonna move this to the side. I probably could cut, yeah, I'm gonna cut something else on here real quick so I'm not using up all my cutting boards. The next two are roses from Scoopable Wax Melts. I know she's now Macaron Melts, I think. And Circus Concession, so Cotton Candy Frosting, Ooey Gooey Caramel, Macintosh Madness, and Funnel Cake. I have always loved, I can't open it, their Circus Concession. It has been a huge favorite of mine for many, 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 many years. So, and these roses are so stinking cute. I'm going to have to nuke these as well. Because the roses are so cute, I don't want to take a chance and breaking them and messing them up. Look how beautiful these are. I hope it's coming off on camera, how pretty they are. Like, they're just so pretty. Love it. Okay. These I'm going to do probably 5 seconds first. Flip it, do another 5, just so they don't break or get ooey gooey. And plus, now my microwave is hot because I've been nuking stuff, so it'll warm through something quicker than if it was, you were just putting it in. So let's see how this goes. I'll probably use my smaller cutter. All right. Yeah. All right, what question we on? Okay. What's your favorite, what is it? What's your go-to French fry dip? I hope y'all can see. I hope this is good enough. Oh, it's still, damn it. It's still a little hard. It's falling apart. I'm afraid to put it back in though. Let's see. I don't know if that's gonna work. Nope, stay together. All right. We're just gonna leave it like that. I don't want to mess with it and then it like break apart more. My go-to French fry dip is just mayonnaise. I don't like ketchup. I can't do ketchup. So I just use mayonnaise. And if I don't use mayonnaise, oh, this piece came off from the rose. I will also do like a brown gravy. Like if I'm at a restaurant, I will ask them. That one seemed to cut better than the first one. I will ask them for some brown gravy, and I will dip my fries in brown gravy too. Don't knock it till you try it. It tastes amazing. All right, so I'm gonna move this stuff out the way. Oh, hopefully I don't drop nothing because you know these hands. All right. Ooh, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Don't do it. All right. Okay. I need a sip of coffee. Sorry, guys. So, yeah. So, that would be my go-to dip for my french fries is mayonnaise or brown gravy. And the only type of mayonnaise I can use is Hellmann's. I don't like any other kind of mayonnaise. I can't do it. It just doesn't taste right to me. All right. Next thing we're going to chop up is from Southbound. Why did that fall off? Oh, my sticker. A souffle and marshmallow circus cookies, which is buttery frosted sugar cookies, a touch of cherry, and a dollop of marshmallow cream. This I have to nuke as well. Okay, let's get her out. That's what she looks like. She's pretty. The next question is, what would be your last meal? My last meal, I'm going to have to say, if I had to say, oh, this is going to be my last meal, it's going to have to be seafood. Give me a seafood boil, and I'm a happy camper. I think I'm going to do this 10 and 10. Let's see. Yeah, give me a seafood boil, and I'm good. I'm good to go. I am happy with that. Oh, sorry. I'm going to flip it. Maybe I'm going to do 5. Because Southbound souffles, they tend to crack when I nuke them. All right. Now, I normally try to take off any embeds that are on there if I feel like it'll come out easily. I don't think this one will come out easily, so I'm not going to mess with it because I don't want to mess up the whole souffle. Let's see how she cuts. Oh, okay. She's still a little bit hard, but not a biggie. All right. I hate when they come apart, like if it's layered or the embed, like these embeds. Yep, okay. See, and it came apart. That drives me nuts. I don't know why. Next question. What's your biggest fear? So my biggest fear, and I know I overthink things all the time, but ever since my grandson was born, I just be like, damn, at some point, you know, I'm going to have to cross over. And, you know, I will no longer see my grandson. Like, that's a huge fear of mine. I love that little boy more than anything in this world. So I don't know why I think about it. But like I said, ever since he's born, I have thought about, like, at some point, I'm going to have to go. And I won't have him. Like, you know, I won't see him anymore. I don't know if no, I'm going to break this down. But this is just falling apart on me because that's what happens with, to me at least, with these, I'm going to leave this one that size. When they're layered, they just crumble and fall apart on me. Whatever. So yeah, that's my biggest fear. Not, you know, or not being able to see him get older. You know, sometimes I'm like, what if, you know, because again, no one is guaranteed tomorrow. And I have lost so much in my life that, you know, I know tomorrow's not promised. So I do think about that. Like, what if I can go tomorrow? And then he's only 6. So this is what I think of. Like, I can go tomorrow and then I won't see my grandson grow anymore. Like, that's the craziness in my world. But yeah, that's my biggest fear. My kids are all grown, you know, and for the most part, you know, they're grown, and I've seen them, you know, accomplish many things in life. You know, so now it's pretty much my grandson that I get scared about. But all right, we're gonna come off that topic. Next one, I'm gonna try to cut it on here so I can save the cutting board, is by Dessa's in a custom mini loaf. And I know I have the ring light right here. So this is Fantasyland Funnel Cake Carnival Nights on the Beach. I'm not going to read the scent notes because then I'm going to be here forever. But I will put the scent notes up when I post it on Instagram and when I do my empties for August. This loaf, let me tell you, Dessa be doing her thing. Look how pretty this loaf is. I just cannot. She is a beaut. And she smells amazing. All right. Moving on. Were you well behaved in school, or were you a troublemaker? So, it wasn't so much that I was a troublemaker. I'm not gonna say I was a troublemaker. I didn't take no crap. Like, if I give you respect, I want the same respect back, regardless if you a teacher or not. Like, don't come at me all crazy just because you feel you got authority because you're older than me and you're a teacher. Like, you gonna respect me and you gonna talk to me with respect, the same way that I talk to you with respect. So my thing was, if a teacher came crazy at me, like, I was giving it back to her, like, or him. You're not gonna talk to me like that, And as far as like starting trouble, I wouldn't. I guess people would probably see that, like, oh, she's disrespectful or whatever. No, it's just, you're not gonna talk to me crazy, and I'm just gonna sit there and take it. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, don't disrespect me. I'm not disrespecting you. Don't disrespect me. And then they would go on and go on, and then I have to, get crazy. And then now I'm labeled, the child that talks back to teachers. No, I'm not talking back to teachers. Again, I asked you not to disrespect me and not to try to talk to me any old type of way, because then I'm going to come out my mouth and I'm going to give it back to you. So that's pretty much how it was. Like, I didn't go looking for trouble. I did fight a lot growing up. Remember, I was born and raised in the Bronx, the South Bronx. So, you pretty much had to stand your ground. Because if you didn't stand your ground, people were going to try to mess with you. And I come from a family of, y'all don't think that I'm just crazy. I come from a family of fighters. Like, we all were born and raised in the South Bronx. So you have to stand your ground, like I said. I'm going to move this. Okay. That counter is full. I got to move on. So, yeah, growing up in New York, you couldn't let nobody punk you. If you a punk and somebody punks you, same thing like if you locked up. If you locked up in jail and you let somebody punk you, that's it. You're going to be the punk for the rest of the duration that you're there. And everybody's just going to pick on you and mess with you and stuff like that. So the next one we're going to do is from Second and Spruce and Ocean Laundry. This was a tester that I received as a sample in one of my orders. And it smells amazing. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Yeah, so if you let people punk you and mess with you, then they was just going to do that, like I said, for the duration of, whatever. And again, I grew up with two very strict brothers and a strict sister. And they always made sure, like, you better not let nobody try to punk you when you in school. If we find out, then that's pretty much you're behind. And then you're going to have to deal with us. So that's how I was raised, It was just, you had to fight. You had to fight, and that was it. And I did just that, I didn't go looking for fights. I wasn't a bully. But I surely never backed down from a fight. That wasn't in me. I couldn't do it anyway. Like, if my siblings ever found out that I backed down from a fight, then again, that was my behind. But yeah, that's pretty much. And I pretty much raised my kids like that too. Like, listen here, we go into this playground. You better not come crying to me that somebody put their hands on you because, and you didn't do nothing. Like, that's just, again, I know some of y'all are going to be like, oh my God. But no, that's just the way I was raised. And I raised my kids the same way, Like, don't be letting people hit on you. Don't be nobody's punk. Like, we're not doing that. Should I cut this again? yeah, but my kids were, my kids were great. Again, they didn't. I have two of them that had a lot of fights, but then the other two. Um, oh, now to pick this up. I don't think my daughter ever got into like a fist fight. I don't think so. Sometimes I'd be like, "Are you even my child?" Like, cause she's just like my niece, and they're very more so like, calm, cool, and collected. Until you take them, like you really got to take them. You really got to take them there, and then you take them there, and then they will blow. But for the most part, it takes them a while to get to that point. But yeah, that's pretty much how it was. Ugh. These gloves are so greasy. Ugh. All right, I need a sip of coffee real quick, guys. Next question. Did you ever go to detention for anything? Next one is by Southbound and Midway Donuts, and this is sweet cotton candy, caramel apple, fresh funnel cake, fried Twinkies, and cinnamon sugar donuts. I think there's only like two big pieces in here that I need to chop up. I'm not even going to nuke it. I'm just going to chop it, because then all the other pieces, like, see, this is a bigger piece. All the other pieces are smaller pieces that I could either throw in my warmer or cut it. I don't even think there's any I need to cut. And then this piece. So we just gonna go ahead and not nuke it. And hopefully they don't look crazy from not nuking it. What was the question? Oh, did I ever go to detention for anything? So I did. There was this, I don't know how I want to cut this. If I want to cut it, keep cutting like this or go this way. I think I'm going to keep going like this. Sorry. I know that's loud. But that's what happens when you don't nuke it. In high school, there was this thing called ICE, which was pretty much in school detention. And you had to like go to this, it was like down in the basement of the high school. And you had to like, that's gonna be so ugly. You pretty much had to sit there with other students for the day. I'm gonna leave this one like this, so because I like that piece. Yeah, you pretty much had to. You're in this big classroom with other students, and usually the teacher that gave you ICE will give you something to work on for the day. You're there like the whole entire day. So whatever the time that school starts until the end of the day. I don't save those little pieces. I ain't got time. But so yeah, you're there all day with these same students. You're supposed to, like I said, you're supposed to be doing work that the teacher that gave you the ICE assigns to you for the day. Sometimes it's 1 day of ICE, sometimes it's 2 or 3 days, and so on and so forth. You can't talk. You're just sitting in there, supposed to be doing your work, like I said. So yeah, I've had that a few times. They do that before they suspend you. They will do that, and then I forget how many times if you had ICE, then now they're like, all right, so now you need suspension, which I've been suspended before too. Again, mostly fighting, that I would get in trouble for, or cutting class. I was good for cutting class. I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I was really good for cutting class. I would just be like, oh, I don't feel like going to this class, so I would cut it and would either roam around the school or go outside. They no longer let you go out. The students in that high school go outside, but before we used to be able to go in and out. And then there was this like store across the street. And I would go in there and just hang out in there. Like, that was it. That was all. This next one's from Second and Spruce in Carnival Wheat Cupcakes, which is pink lemonade, lemon drop cookies, vanilla cupcakes, cotton candy, buttercream, raspberry drizzle. So yeah, again, I don't want y'all to think I was, oh my God, this bad child growing up, because I really wasn't. I just didn't take any crap, and it is what it is. This smells good. All right, we're gonna cut it just like, well, no. Maybe I'll leave this one like how I normally leave them and not cut it down the middle like I did the other one. Can y'all see? I hope y'all can see. All right. I'm probably just gonna leave it like that. If when I go to melt it, I feel like I need to cut it down the middle again, I will do so. But for right now, I'm going to leave it like that. Next question. What was your most embarrassing moment in school? Oh my God. I'm getting real comfortable with y'all because I'm really about to tell y'all this story. Somebody's coming into my house, so my dog is going to be loud, and I apologize. She's going to yell, cry, scream, do all the things that is going to aggravate my whole entire life. This one I'm going to cut down real quick. It's just this one piece that needs to be cut down. This is from Bath and Body Works, a candle that I melted down to wax melts in ice cream shop. I already melted some of this. I have another candle in my stash. So I just want to finish this one up really quickly. I'm not going to nuke it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Hopefully y'all can see it. All right. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. Done. So I was 9 years old. I woke up that morning for school, and it was in the spring. I woke up that morning for school, and I had told my mother my stomach was hurting me, and she did not believe me. She did not believe me, and she still sent me to school. And like my stomach was like really, really hurting me. So I could still remember what I had on and everything. Again, mind you, I was 9. Okay. I had on, it was springtime, like spring had just started or whatever, and I had on like these mint green colored pants on. I had a jacket to go, like a spring jacket that was white and mint green as well. My shirt was white. I was looking cute, whatever. Next one, Second and Spruce and Beach Party Papa, which is beach nights. Beach Party, which is her beach nights type. Sweet lavender, strawberry pound cake, sugar cookies, buttercream, hint of strawberry puree. This smells so good too. So anyway, my mother made me go to school, even though I was crying. Like I was for real crying in pain. And I had happened to eat the night before like a lot of candy. I'm a junk food junkie. I love me some junk food. I need to get a paper towel to clean off my cutter. So she was saying, oh, it's just from all that candy you ate last night. I told you not to eat all that candy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, this is like a whole different kind of stomachache, Mom. Like, and she just was not. You're going to school. You're going to school. Okay, she sent me to school. So now in my elementary school in New York, in the mornings, we had to line up in the cafeteria to wait for our teacher. So we're sitting at the caf tables. And I still had a stomachache or whatever. And I'm sitting there, and when my teacher came and it was time to line up, I went to get up, and one of my friends was sitting at the table behind me. So when I got up, she was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, what? So I had ended up catching my menstrual. Okay, I was 9 in school and I wanted to die. To die. Mind you, my mother wasn't that parent that talked to me about the birds and the bees. She never talked to me about, getting my menstrual. Again, I'm pretty sure she didn't think I was going to get it at that early of an age. Um, but she, like, never had those conversations with me. So now I'm like, oh my God, I thought I did something wrong. Again, I'm 9. So now I take my jacket off and I wrap it, around me, around my waist or whatever. So when I get upstairs to the classroom, I